And shout out to Hoops Jargon, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoops Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority all Houston people. So that's
Shout out to Hoop Jargon. Shout out to
Hoops Jargon.
What's up? What's up? Straight Chaser Podcast. Dallas Cowboys
Straight
Podcast.
No Chaser.
Yes, sir. We in the building. Buddy. That's how we do it, man. Dan, how you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Looking forward to week 5. Week 5 of this Cowboys season, man. Looking forward to a big divisional game against the hated Giants. Looking forward to see if these boys can keep this train rolling.
There you go, man. And shout out to Dex, early birds in the building. We're going to keep this going every week, man. And I hope y'all liking the content. Shout out to Darron for naming the podcast. Straight No Chaser Cowboys Podcast. And that's what we're going to roll with. So all my logo creators out there, man, holler at your boy. Because I got a temporary logo, but we going to do this for real. So I want to say that before we go forward. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so, as we do every week, let's start with the recap, man. So, as we know, we beat the Giants by 8 the Panthers by 8 last week. The score is one of those games where the game was obviously a more lopsided win than the score looked like at the end. What are some of your takeaways if you saw what I game against the Panthers?
Man, the biggest thing, with the part that's the most encouraging to me, man, is they haven't played their best game yet by – that's not any stretch. I'll tell you what I really like and what concerned me as far as takeaways. What I really like, man, is the Beavs. Kellen Moore, for those of you that don't know, I call him the Beaver. The Beav is really committed to the run game, bro. And that balance is everything, man. And I like the fact that, man, I was hoping that you would come to this point. Man, I heard a real interesting stat a couple of days ago, listening to a local broadcast that pretty much tells how the Cowboys season has gone thus far. And that's, man, the offensive line is rated number 1 in the run game, like by the crazy statisticians. They 31st in pass protection.
Golly.
Yeah, how crazy is that? But what that tells you is that the Beav is in tune with, what his offensive line's capabilities are, and the best way to cover up your efficiencies and pass protect, and we know where the weaknesses are right in the middle, it's running the football, man. You let those offensive linemen go hit somebody as opposed to waiting to get hit. And the fact that he's using both backs like he is and committing to that run game to get that balance, because the play action off of that, man, as we starting to see now through 4 weeks, is pretty damn unstoppable with everything that Dak's got at his disposal. And the other stat is that the other way you cover up for the deficiencies in your pass protection is to do exactly what Dak Prescott is doing, and that's getting rid of the ball. He's second only to Brady in getting that thing out of his hands, which means he's reading defenses faster. You know what I'm saying? So we've talked about this in the weeks leading up to this game. You see his growth in his game, being able to read where his checks are, whatever else. And that was a big concern for a couple of years with Dak holding the ball, for a long time. So that was the one takeaway. The other one is still got to tighten up run defense. They getting the pass rush. They got guys getting home, getting pressure. We making plays in the back end, but we still getting gashed up the middle. It's been fairly consistent. So I think that was
we got Saquon today.
Right, that part. So that part. So that I think, and I know we probably get into it a little bit later, but I think that was a big reason why they let Jalen go. And I mean that's a fix. That's something that's gonna have to get tightened up, man, as they go forward. Those are my 2 big takeaways from the game, man. It's in a crazy good offense, a defense that's getting better. That's certainly better starting than what they did last year, but still got a lot of holes to fix in that run game. A lot.
Yeah.
So that's concerning. That's just keeping it a buck.
It is, and it's more concerning that the backup running back was gashing us like that. What's my man Chuba Hubbard? I believe his name is brother from O State. OK State, I guess. I guess O State is Ohio State. Yeah. So that was a little concerning, but I mean, you know, in this league, man, if you can run, man. If your guys can give you a hole, if your name not Trent Richardson, you'll probably find it.
Yeah. Good call right there, man.
Hey, boy, I see
Shout out
middle
to
school
Trent
who can
Richardson.
identify the hole quicker than that.
Go that way. Yeah.
That way, where the guys are not at, go that way.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I don't know, man. There's some mental lapse he got going, but nah, man. Yeah, and my takeaway is we shown that we don't blow bad games late, which we've done very well. If not, just start off so bad where we're just trying to catch up the whole game. So what the point I'm getting at is we are resembling more of a team coming expecting to win, doing what needs to be done to maintain the win and not tricking it off. You know, bad penalties, bad exchanges. You know, I mean, I can go down the line of times we've blown the game doing boneheaded stuff. Yeah. And I think that's a big sign of maturation. That's the big sign of a team ready to step forward. And I like the coronation. Everybody, you know, wants Diggs to be the great next cornerback, and that's fine if people want to do that. I'm very proud of him though for, you know, again, obviously that big turnover that you've created by way of interception. Yeah, that's impressive, man. That's damn impressive. Am I willing to call him better than Jalen Ramsey right now? Absolutely not. But I just think, you know, you're a hot streak. Stay hot.
Yeah.
Stay hot.
Stay hot, man. And you know, it's an interesting thing with Diggs, man. So I went back and looked at, like, you know, just some of the highlight plays, but just like sections of a couple of the games up until now. And man, you know, the thing about Diggs is, like, he's obviously fast enough to be on the outside, but man, you know, you don't think of him as just this burner, right? Yeah. So, but if you watch him play, man, like this dude's film work and his study game must be just like on point, because
absolutely,
bro, he's in. I mean, he puts himself in position. Like, he is technically, you know, sound as hell, dog. Like, you know, he's always in that position to make the play. Now, if you get a guy, you know, you get the really, really fast burners on the outside, like a Ruggs or, you know, something along them lines, and he got to play catch up, might be a little concerning there. But again, he's so good at leverage and so good at positioning himself, you know, to be there and reading, you know, where the quarterback's going. I said, man, this dude is, to be so young and to be that technical, you know what I'm saying, it's pretty damn impressive, man. So now, you know, I know because he's hot and got these picks, like you said, you know, the hyperbole kings come out, you know, and I mean, I heard comparisons to Prime. I'm like, man, will you stop that shit? Please, man. Please, I mean, stop that shit, man. That's that shit that I don't like.
That's that shit I don't like.
let this, exactly, man. Let that dude play. Let him come into his own, and let him be Trayvon Diggs, man. The dude that's making plays for these 21 Cowboys. Just let him be that.
Fact, because here's what happens when you buy into that goofy shit. He have a few bad games and everybody jumps way off the bandwagon. Now he a bum.
Right.
No. No, I'm not gonna do that to that young man.
And he gonna get beat. Just for everybody, y'all
out there, he's gonna get beat.
He's going to get beat. It's the NFL. He's going to get beat. He's going to give up a play. But if you make plays more than you give up plays, that's what you want. And
absolutely.
If this sample to this, if we're gonna get a lot of this, no, we're not gonna get an interception every week. You know, just you know, I even heard some broadcast today, like, man, can he break Night Train Lane's record? What the hell are we talking about that?
Who cares?
Just play good against the Giants today. That's it. Just play well against the Giants, man. Don't give up plays, you know, just week to week, bro. I preach that. Go week to week, man. But, you know, I guess people got to get content, man, and it makes the headlines and whatever, man. But I hate
the game is cold. And I love this comment by Brent, man. Shout out to Brent Jackson, man. He says, Diggs said, and I quote, "I don't study players, I study routes." I love that.
See, that's what I'm talking about, man. I mean, and you know what? I hadn't seen that. Shout out to Brent for that putting up that quote. See, it goes just what I was saying, man. I'm just watching the dude, and it's like, bro, you can tell. You can absolutely tell that he's studying something. Because, I mean, he's technically, like I said, he's not just, you know, like Prime would bait you, you know, and then but he had such great, you know, just otherworldly speed. he would catch the ball in flight in the air. Diggs is a different type of cat, man. He's really physical at the line, but he's just so good at positioning himself to make the play. So I love what we get from him, man. Love it.
There you go. And I gotta give a little teaser. Richard Walker gonna join us in a bit. You know, he's moving around. You know, we got adult lives, so it's all good. We gonna have a former New England Patriot on our show next week for Courtney Richards. So y'all stay on deck, man.
Hey now.
Straight no chaser.
Come on, man. Take it to the head. No chaser.
There you go, man. So we doing it, man. It's doing it for y'all. Appreciate y'all. I see y'all trickling in now. So yeah, man, and that's what, you know, I think that is very astute. Because a lot of guys, when they're younger, they trust their body more than their mind. And it's good that Diggs, he trusts his instincts. I mean, he's from Bama, so, you know, he was taught the right way. But he didn't come to the NFL and forget what made him who he is. And you study tendencies. People tend to play towards tendencies. And when you know tendencies, you know how to jump on the ball because you know what it is. And I think that is tantamount for a good cornerback, you know, especially at the NFL level, because you're going to see a whole bunch of stuff that you ain't see in college, or guys who are more athletic than you, that you got to start understanding tendencies, because they'll give up what they're doing if you are astute enough. So I love that quote, man. Appreciate that, Brent.
Yes, sir.
So Trayvon Diggs, we talked about that new wave going on. We talked about the game last week. So let's talk about a little bit about what the Giants do well, man. I know that Saquon is finally starting to look like Saquon again. Danny Dimes does a great comeback win against the Saints. What do you think this Giant offense presents as far as a challenge for us for today?
Man, it started with the run. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I mean, you gotta get a lot of bodies around Saquon. I mean, you know, we know, like you said, he's starting to come back to Saquon form. And you know, he's a home run hitter. You know, he busted a lot of big plays against Dallas. You know, and I mean, he's one of those guys where you know, bottle him, and you know, then the next play, boom. You know, he makes that one guy miss, and he gone. So it's just, I always know where he's at to start, because I mean, he's that threat. He's a home run hitter, man. Plus, you know, I think with them, if they're able to effectively bottle up the run game and keep, you know, Saquon in check, then and you put more of the game in Danny Dimes' hands, I think that plays, you know, well, because especially if the offense goes out and does what they have been doing and getting the lead early, right? So playing that complimentary football like they have been.
And not to cut you off, it's so weird of us having leads early. I don't know how to handle it.
It is. Yeah. Well, because it didn't happen. I mean, we started, you know, Dallas started out every week down 2 touchdowns.
Punching people in the mouth, man. That's what we're supposed to be doing.
I mean, exactly. Coming out and getting leads and then forcing the other team's hand to kind of, and in this case, in this game, taking away from their biggest strength, which is obviously the run game featuring Saquon, not letting him get off. I think because if Danny Dimes, with the pass rush being what it's been these last few weeks, you know, I think Dallas is better served if you got to put the game in his hands versus letting Saquon get off. As I think
I hope
it's
so.
a big deal.
I mean, if I'm a pick, I'm picking Danny Dimes over goddamn Saquon Barkley.
No doubt.
Who I want to beat me.
And contain him too, because you know he got action with his legs. Talking about Danny Dimes, and you know, we played a couple quarterbacks. They know that's kind of a concern too. We're talking about you know, guys that can move. You know, Herbert, you know, was effective. Obviously, you know, Jalen Hurts before Dallas got control of the game, effective with his legs. So you got to watch that with Danny Dimes too, man, because as we do know, the boy can run. He's fast as shit.
He can run. He can scoop.
He can run. I didn't know that before he got to the NFL, but I know now he can get, man. He can go.
We all knew that run he had last year.
Got to be on the game.
Yeah, that little 80-yard scamper he had, I was like, oh, he got some wheels on him.
He got some jets, man. So, you know, they just got to be on their game, man, and, you know, get a lot of bodies, you know, to the ball with him when he breaks contain, and obviously with Barkley, and get him on the ground. Get him on the ground, man. Get off the field. Let that offense do what they do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm no contention over this way. And shout out to Dex, man, with the $5 super chat. Cowboys vibe, you know what it is, man. You know what it is. Appreciate you supporting the channel, man. Yes, sir.
Appreciate that, man. Love it.
Yeah, and you know what? I gotta give Jason Garrett credit for finally getting a modicum of a career back going. He got the offense, producing, man, and we caught a lot of hell for his play calling ability, over in our camp in the DFW. So I gotta give him credit. He's balancing that ship out a little bit. So I do want to say that as we go forward.
Now, did you see they're going to be without a couple of guys? That's kind of important to that tag. I think Sterling Shepard's out.
Good,
which is big. Yeah, yeah.
Sterling Shepard's a
problem. Yeah, he's a problem. And I'm not. And then somebody, if you know in the chat, I'm not quite sure. I didn't go check the injury list. Is Evan Ingram in or out?
Devin who?
Evan Ingram.
Oh, tight end. Let me check that out.
So because look, covering the tight end has been a problem too. Tight ends have worked, Dallas, these first few weeks. So
Brent said Slayton is out as well.
That's right. Slayton is out. Time to eat. That doesn't bode well for them.
Yeah.
Glad we get Neil back while you searching for that, Cliff.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's gonna be big. Yeah, while you searching for that, Dallas is getting some big help coming back with Neil coming back. That's huge.
Yeah,
that's huge.
That's why your boy. I mean, we want to talk about our boy who he in Cowboy purgatory right now. Jalen.
Yeah, man. So
hold
on. Let me. Matter of fact, I should have pulled up some whiskey so I can.
Yeah, let's send him out the right way. Let's send him out the right way. Let me be right there.
First of all, we got shout out to Jalen Smith, man. Great dude. Like I made a post on Facebook earlier in the week. He's like I said, terrific dude, great locker room cat. His story is, overcoming that horrific injury that he suffered in Notre Dame when he was easily going to be a top 5 pick. And for him to come back from what he came from to even get to where he is was remarkable.
Impressive.
And so, that's that. And he said every interview I've ever seen, every account of those that's been around him, he is just a straight up, just solid ass dude. That said, he was a liability on the field. And if you remember, Cliff, when we started, I posed a question to you directly in week 1 of this podcast. And I asked you, how many weeks before? I said, how long into the season before Jalen Smith is not on the field? And I said 6. We're at week 5. Now, I didn't know he was going to get cut, but I knew he was going to that sideline.
Pretty damn close, sir.
Which is tantamount to to being cut, because I knew the snaps were going away. I knew that, and you could see it. You could see it in the Cowboys' moves that they made in offseason relative to that position. You could see it even in preseason. You could see it at the beginning of the season, and his snaps had been minimized. And the only reason he'd been on the field is because of the injury to Lawrence, and they moved Micah on the edge, and they had to get a body out there. And again, and even in the role that the times he'd been out there, he actually wasn't bad. I think they asked him to do less, but you could still see the change of direction challenges in the sideline capabilities. Were just, they aren't there, man. I mean, he simply can't physically do it. So, and you got guys out here that can, and you could just see it coming. Now
you can pay him less.
I wish pay him less, and exactly, I mean, when I heard about how they went down before they cut him, they went to him, try to get some relief on his guaranteed bread next year. He was like, no, and you can't blame him for that, because when is he ever going to be on the books for $9 million anywhere else? Never.
Well, and if we're gonna keep it a bean, he was the first guy to take the Cowboys Finley contract to make sure Zeke could get secured, to make sure Dak could get in Amari. So he got ground to stand on his ground.
No
if
doubt.
that makes sense.
I didn't blame. I mean, didn't hold him for that at all, and it didn't hold the Cowboys for trying. I mean, it's business.
It's business,
but it's business. Now, I want to bring up a point, and I brought this out. This is another.
Hold on. Before you go, we didn't get my boys go away shot, man.
But I'm having a whiskey, man. I'm out.
I'm gonna pour a little bit. It's just I'm a man. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, Jalen Brown and Cowboys Purgatory.
Cowboys Purgatory, man. Appreciate taking that shit. One time, man. Say goodbye to
Jalen Brown. Smith. I'm sorry. Thinking Celtics.
Oh man. Yeah.
Sorry, brother. You know I was an advocate for I know you about to cook. I've been an advocate for Jalen Smith forever. I caught hell.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I can brag, and it's been a good seesaw effect. And I wish you the best, bro. I really do, man. I ain't no hater.
Nah, man. Do your thing, man. Go out there and kill it in Wisconsin, man. But
he made the refs last week. Get the Panthers.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, y'all. Yeah.
Hold on to that.
All right. So
it feels good to you, man. Go with it.
Yeah.
One more time.
Ingram will be playing today.
He will be playing. All right, but he could be a problem. You know, if we don't tighten up that the coverage part, because man, tight ends have worked out all year. I mean, basically the middle of the field. You know, the middle of the line. And what's crazy is they're getting good rush from the middle of the line, but man, the whole middle of the field from the run game, even covering tight ends is a concern, man. So we can get that going today.
Yeah.
No better time than present.
You know, I'll take that because traditionally we can't stop nobody on the edge, man. Like, so we get our corners burnt like burnt toast. Big gashing plays like we just led into. So if I had to pick, because the team is generally not going to beat you that way unless they're just so proficient. They're just going to wear your ass out from a tactician standpoint. And I'm glad because, you know, man, it's just, man, I just got visions of watching goddamn Cheeto get burned and goddamn Brown getting burned. Man, it's like bad memories, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's bad memories, though.
Hold on. You since you went there, you know I got to throw my boy in that my favorite whipping boy that watching Barry Church chase plays from the
Barry Church
in the run game. You know, who I still say was the worst safety in Cowboy history. I'm standing on that. We saw too much of.
You always saw the back.
You can't be slow and wrong.
Yes,
from safety, you can't be slow and wrong, bro. You can't be doing that. I mean, at least
Jeff Heath
could run. You know, if it's Jeff Heath, I would say Jeff Heath, but Jeff Heath was fast. So you know, Barry Church was slow and wrong. It's like, bro, you can't be slow going to the wrong gap. You know, you change direction and you change the play and you the safety. We saw way too much.
At least when Roy Williams got slow, he still had the instinct. At least,
right?
You gotta have something.
Right. You gotta have something, man. You gotta have something. And speaking of instinct, Leighton Vander Esch, real quick. You concerned about him?
Yes, but I'm less concerned about him than Jalen. I think to me he's a better instinctive player playing that middle. Is he?
Physical ability.
Huh?
And physical ability, just ability to run.
Yeah. I trust him as a football player. And again, I hate it because I love Jalen Smith, man. I'm not that concerned about him. Now, by means of comparison, and shout out to Dex, this comment with Micah Madness, he just makes all of them look so goddamn cavalier right now, man. Just decent guys back there because this dude can do so much. So again, from a totality standpoint, I'm not so concerned about him. I'm glad of him being in the background now. Like, he's not our feature linebacker no more. I'm good with where he is right now.
That's fair. I traded, and I know this is early. You think there's anywhere in the world he's here next year?
You think I'm sorry?
You think there's any way in the world that he's here next year? You think he's on this roster beyond this year?
I didn't look at the contract situation because I know we make money moves. You know, I haven't heard any whispers that he's leaving. Go ahead.
Well, here's the thing. The contract situation, my man, is this: they didn't pick up his fifth-year option.
Interesting.
Right. They opted, because he was due. So this is his walk year. And the Cowboys opted not to pick up his option, because he's the first rounder. So, you have that 5-year option. They did not pick up his option. That's why I was thinking it was really telling with both him and Jalen, and with the guys they went and got in the offseason that they brought over. And, of course, then they went and drafted Jabril Cox, who I remember, I brought his name up a couple times. I think he's going to end up being, I think he's going to get snaps, and I think he's going to be in a third round still. But when you look at what they drafted, looked at what they brought over, and the fact they didn't pick up his option, I think is pretty telling. So I think the Cowboys having a wholesale shift in that position because, be perfectly honest, man, through injury, like unavailability, and then the inability, from a physical limitation standpoint, that's been a position of weakness for a minute.
Yeah.
With Sean Lee's compounded injuries, Jalen's limitations physically, and now a little bit with Leighton Vander Esch. When just think, man, this was a real short time ago where we were kind of excited, if we're gonna keep it a band, about the possibility of Sean Lee, Leighton Vander Esch, and Jalen Smith lining up on the field yet. It was national networks talking about, is this the best linebacking core in football?
Yeah, I remember them days.
Remember that? That was 2 short years ago, and now
2 short years ago.
Yeah, and now Lee's done. He was probably done then. Jalen's now cut, and Leighton Vander Esch's option ain't got picked up. So shit's changing around here, and I like it because this is why I've said this is a signal that, this organization, and it's not being run like it was for many, 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 many years before.
Yeah.
The fact that they had the balls to eat damn near $8 million and cut Jalen Smith. This ain't the Jerry Jones run Cowboys of old. Because if you follow the team for 15 minutes, you know that Jerry Jones is a loyalist to a fault, and Jalen Smith was his guy. That's a move that he don't make if he's the one still calling the ball. So this, that's how you know that the Stevens and the Will McClays of the world are running this deal, because that's not a move Jerry Jones makes at all.
Well, I would say this too. The precursor to this was Dez Bryant. So there's been a flash of that, of Jerry getting rid of one of his ribs. You know what I'm saying? One of his ribs. That's well put, man. Yeah.
I like that. One of his ribs. Right.
Yeah. Right. So that's a thing. That's an excellent point, man. I didn't think about that. Yeah. But it's showing though we're pretty shrewd now, and like you said, not bringing in big names. We're thinking about contracts ahead of time, because one thing I always concerned is how are we gonna have money. I think Gallup has to go. I've been saying this about 2 years now.
Yeah, because it's not a talent thing; it's an availability thing.
Yeah. Well, just money.
I agree with you. Yeah.
But money, how are we gonna pay him for four marquee level receivers? Who has that? 3.
Does he get marquee money? Does he get marquee money? Does he get marquee money?
I think before he got hurt, he was trending towards it.
Gallup. I'm gonna make a comparison here. It's gonna trip you out. Okay. And for those y'all in the chat, give me some love on this if you agree, or tell me I'm full of shit if you disagree. So I think Michael Gallup is one of those kids. He's a talented dude. If you look at Michael Gallup's game, he has his problems. Michael Gallup drops the ball a lot. Michael Gallup, in the routine play, like the crossing route or the out, whatever, that's the play he'll miss. He'll make the spectacular play downfield. He's a productive receiver. But when you talk about paying, I'm talking about like a frontline receiver, like an Amari Cooper, right? Does an organization really go out and give him that money? To me, I think he's like, dare I say it, and Alvin Harper was to Michael Irvin. He's really good on the other side of Michael Irvin, but when you got to go be that guy, that you got a game plan for, is he that guy? Is he that guy? Is he that guy that's going to command that contract? So I think there's something to that. I think there's definitely a market for him because he's a productive receiver. I don't know about if he's getting number one receiver marquee bread. And so I think Dallas may make a play in terms of, okay, man, we like you. We like you for what you contribute, but we like you at this number. If you exceed that number, see what's out there. That's how I think they're going to approach it. That's how I would approach it. What you think?
Yeah, no, and I wanted to repackage my statement because that's absolutely what I meant. Just money that we are willing to pay him for what he thinks, how valuable he is to our team. Because I know that discussion gonna come up, and it's something that we're gonna have to nip in the bud. Because again, before the injury, I think that he was a guy who thought he's probably worth more than what he is. Now with CD coming in, I knew that okay, that's a legacy piece right under him. That is
no doubt.
clear. Yeah, he got WR1 capabilities.
Yes.
But that at least Gallup as an odd man out. So I was just okay. So how does that shake out? And we retain him. Again, based on how he played, he was with Dak's favorite receivers, especially for like big plays. You know what I mean? Which I wish it was Cooper.
I love his game.
Mark Cooper. Huh?
Yeah. I love his game. I love Gallup's game.
He gave us our so now here's the thing. Now, from a fan perspective and from inside the camp, I know those are two different trains moving throughout the night. Nobody gives a shit on the Stephen Jones end about what people say in the streets for the most part, especially about negotiating contracts. But I guess I'm kind of blending both of those lanes together, just as an observer of my team. And I just wonder because it was talk at the time, I would say about a year and some change ago, maybe two, that Gallup potential was going to be better than Amari Cooper. And I'm just like, no. What are y'all looking at? People saying, why are you giving Amari all this money? We got Gallup. I'm like, nigga, because
Amari Cooper is special, bro. It's like, man, when I heard that talk, I'm like, man, can we break out of that prison of that moment? Can we do that? It's like, because I think people really forgot, even from back in his Alabama days. And I'm an SEC cat, man. I watched this dude work from college. Amari Cooper is a special cat, and he's still only 27.
Still young. Darren, you remember when we was talking about the trade? I was like, if you tell me we gotta give a first round up for a 24-year-old freaking damn it, I want to say all-star game. Goddamn, help me out. Pro Bowler. What are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
Absolutely, man. As far as midseason trades go, that's one of Dallas's best, and not just in this era. That's one of Dallas's best trades ever. In terms of that, you talk about immediate return on that deal. Good God, and man, speaking of Amari, man, he had an interesting quote I wanted to bring up on the show today. Man, it's something that you touched on in post. I know we've hit on it a lot in the jargon. And that is, man, and I really thought it was interesting that Amari Cooper said this. He said, man, we're building a culture. Now he brought out the C word, culture.
I heard that quote. Yes.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I'm digging this, man. Because remember, I said, there's a vibe about this squad that I like, and that because when we talked about like some of the they would have talent in years past, but there was seemingly like this. There was always, like you waiting for the bubble to burst. So
it's surface level. It was surface level confidence.
Exactly.
Not a lot of meat in between.
That's a great way to put that. Exactly right. And they seem like they're getting everybody up. Like I alluded to last week, even guys like the frontline guys like Zeke, who's had multiple chances to be, an absolute asshole about the running back situation. And he's as supportive and as vocally supportive as anybody out there of Pollard. He's like, man, now you hear him talk about the run game, it's me and Tony. It's me and Tony. It's me and Tony. I love that. But to hear Amari Cooper come out and talk about the culture that they're establishing here, I'm like, okay, I'm digging this. I'm digging the vibe. And so if they're thinking, if that's the mood and that's the vibe in the room, I'm digging everything about this. I'm digging what this team is becoming, man. It's like it's just really interesting to hear one of your frontline guys bring up that word, because if you think about it, when have you heard it from the locker room and talk about the culture here? I haven't in years. Even when they had some talent on the team, I haven't heard that term from inside that locker room talking about the culture here. So I think it's pretty dope, man. I think
because who knows what our culture is? If we're gonna be honest, like
right, what's that? Exactly.
We don't have a team.
The culture in Pittsburgh. You knew the culture forever in New England. and these are talking about successful, teams obviously in the last 20 years. You knew what the culture is and always been in Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is in Green Bay. Well, maybe the last couple of years with how they wild up and Rodgers. But you knew what it was in New Orleans. You know what I'm saying? All this Baltimore, same thing. You know what their identity is. You know what their culture is. Dallas was always like, it was a year-to-year thing. Like, what is this shit this year?
It's a year-to-year thing.
You know what I'm saying? Right. I mean, what is it this year? You touched on leadership. Like, who's the leaders on this team? Who defines that culture, right? You just didn't know what it was from your year, and then when you kind of sort of figured it out, you were like, damn, I don't know if I really like this culture. If we can call it that. So that's why I'm saying, man, it's other than just the talent that they have, especially offensively, it's just really cool to hear that the guys, frontline guys, are talking about it like openly about establishing the culture. Man, I think that's great leadership. I think that's going to bode well as this season takes on its identity going down the line.
I think it also shows the level of maturation for our guys who are still relatively young. With Dak's 28, Zeke's 25 or some shit like that, and Lamar being 27. So they're coming into their grown men minds right now, and you want them to be lock and step and not like individual guys. And I'm glad that they each had a unique contract situation. They each got hammered out how the way they got hammered out, and I think I know I'm here for the right reason. Let's go win now.
Exactly.
I ain't got to worry about
let's
shit
go
else.
Do something.
Let's go win.
Right. Man, let's if we can, man. So how does Dallas attack? How does Dallas get this thing done against what Dallas' offense? How they get it done today against the Giants' defense? What you see there?
Man, just stick to what we do. Stick to what we do. Start ground and pound. Get Zeke going early. Throw some Pollard. Everybody loves Tony Pollard now, but it's what we've always seen. Get it going with that, and then once you start sitting on that, stay surgical. I think a lot of people. Here's the thing. You know me, I'm a big Dak fan.
I like that. Yes,
Dak all day.
That is
my little jersey sweater thing I bought from the Cowboys stuff. You go in there, man. You'll lose all your money. And see, the goofy shit's happened again when people like trying to overpraise Dak and then set him up for the fall. They talking about he a top 3 quarterback. I'm like, hold on. Like,
don't do that.
You don't have to go from he a bum to he the top 5.
Don't do that.
Like that. Yeah. Let him earn it.
Yeah.
So, and I think again, Dak is playing, but to what we said earlier, he's going through his checks early. He's going through his pre-snap reads early. Yeah. And let him, after we establish that run, do what he do and just gash him, man. Get some middle stuff going. Because, I think we need to get Amari Cooper going early. And then have CD get some long shit later. But just stick to what we do. Like, we don't have to reinvent the wheel this week.
Right.
So I want to see us approaching that same game strategy, how we just kind of choked Philly out early. I want to see that same shit. Go ahead.
I like, in addition to what you say, and I agree with all of it, don't reinvent the wheel. Don't get cute. I really would like to see, and Zeke alluded to this at the end of the game, and he used that term that you just used, choke out teams. Like if they're able to get up on the Giants and and really get out there, maybe 2-score lead or what have you, like really like stay on the gas and really like choke the ass out, like not have the Carolina moment. But in terms of the attack, so Giants come in to this, and I think to your ground and pound point, it matches up perfectly. Giants are 21st against the run, which from a matchup standpoint, it goes right into what you're saying, man. Get that game going early. And you mentioned Zeke and Pollard. Check this out, bro. Coming into this stat gonna blow your head. So just to show you how productive they've been as a duo through 4 games. Mm-hmm. On first down, they have 423 yards combined on first down through the season, and an average combined of 6.9 a total and 3 touchdowns through 4 games on first down. Yeah. So, it's like, okay, let's line up, turn around, and whoever the hell is standing there, Give it to them, man, because they are getting off. So, but what's beautiful about that, man, like you think about that, they averaging damn near 7 yards a carry on first down, which means you get in the 2nd and 6. You mean you get in the 2nd and 3,
You
which
give us
means if you
quality
the B,
possessions.
you can go in your whole bag. So
Yep.
now you got play action.
Yep.
And especially with what Beav is doing with these tight ends, with both of them doing that thing with Schultz and Jargon. I mean, you can take your shots depending on where you are, on the field. I mean, it just gives you so much, man. But I thought that was a real, like, interesting stat. It's like, I mean, obviously we've seen the run game's been really productive, but damn, dog, with you getting it like that on first down,
yep,
it's like to your point, man. What are we talking about, man? Line up and hit their ass in the mouth and keep hitting their ass in the mouth and play action off of it. So I think, like you said, more of the same. Ground game, that's not a real big strength of the Giants. So, like, just Tyson Fury their ass. I had to slide that one in there. Straight bluffing their ass. The heavyweight champ Tyson Fury their ass with that run game, play action off of it with those tight ends. Take your deep shots to Amari, take your deep shots to CD. Catch them slipping every now and then like they have been with the Cedric Wilson sighting or whatever, man. And just, like I said, do what they do. Do what they do. Run game and play action off of it. Yeah, and control
be able to play action off of it. Yep. And like you say, man, I trust Beav so much, man. I know if they start to, adjust to our run game, that he got other little wrinkles that he could throw in. Like I saw with that halfback option shit. I was like, oh my God.
Man.
Oh my God.
Bro. Now, because we get on the beat every now and again, for that play that we hate the most in the Beav's bag.
Just sweet, baby. Lucky Whitehead special.
The Lucky Whitehead special.
That's your Lucky Whitehead reference for the week.
Right. But man, that play to ice the game with you give Zeke, you bring everybody up with Zeke that they're keying on. And then he pitches it to Pollard. Bro, that shit. I can't even front, man. That shit was genius. I was like, damn, man, you pulling out your ass for real. I mean, that's the loose change, like you looking for something in your car, man. It's like, wait a minute, oh damn, I'm $5. That's one of them plays. Like, damn, where you come up with that shit? That was genius,
it was beautiful, man. That shit was beautiful. I was like, wow, this dude is good as his job, man. That dude is good as his job.
And you know what? Shout out to the one thing I'm always give Jerry Jones credit for is being able to sell the deal to get people to stay here, particularly in the coaching ranks.
Oh yeah.
And I brought this up, man, in like a little water cooler situation at the Q that you came to. I said, man, one of the big things we talk about the players. You got like Curse, Neal, KZ, Malik Hooker, all these guys that are new acquisitions that are contributing, right? I said, man, but don't sleep. Remember, about 4 months ago, Boise State was offering their legend a head coaching job. Right? I mean, Kellen Moore is God at Boise State. I knew he was going to take that job, man. So to get him to stay here for that continuity with that, which is obviously paying off, man, that was a coup. So shout out to the Jones boys for getting that dude to turn down a job at his alma mater, where he is an absolute legend, to stay
Teflon.
here. Exactly. And not be the head coach. I think he will be, but that's a different discussion for a different week.
It's coming.
I think it's coming. But I mean, the point being, man, is like, from a continuity standpoint, for what's contributing to this thing having the success it's had through the first 4 weeks, I'm talking about offensively. That was a big time coup to keep Kellen Moore here, man, because it's keeping Dak in a system that he's now grown really comfortable in. You see the manifestation of it on the field, and it all starts with having him here to orchestrate this offense, man. That's big, that's huge.
Absolutely. And so between the game sports ads, do you think it can be a trap game? Now I will say this before Darren goes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how good or how bad the other team is. This is still a rivalry game, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to get so righteous about my team and act like we just gonna blow the doors off, which I do think we're gonna blow their doors off. However, I've seen, because games like this can get chippy early. Let's say we turn it over to start out. Let's say we come out just penalty riddled, like we've seen in previous years. This year, not so much, thankfully.
Right.
But I always wonder if bad Cowboys are around the corner, man. And I'm hoping not. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but those can make for a nasty game early, and then it can be a trap game situation. So, like we were just saying, we stick to our game plan, punch them in the mouth early. We just don't get cute, do what we do. I don't really see that happen today. But if it did, and it started just the way I told you, that wouldn't surprise me. Go ahead.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. First of all, it's a division game. You know, I mean, it's an NFC East game. So, you know, the next big game is the one that's on the schedule. This one, division games for me are always a little bigger just because of that. Because when you get these games, as you trying to stack some wins and you put yourself in position to be where you want, you know, when you start, you know, trying to position yourself to get in the playoffs, these are the games you got to win. And like you said, it's so to the trap game question, damn right it can be. So the focus has to be there. I mean, you can't look past them. They certainly have enough to be dangerous. And, you know, so if you're Dallas, you got to lock in, take care of your own business. I think the commitment to the run game minimizes the opportunity to be sloppy. You know, because if you come out slinging the ball, you know, you looking at, you know, perhaps holding penalties. You get behind the chains, you know, tip balls early. You know, they could give them like, you know, early interception, early momentum or whatever. I think playing to the strength out to shoot, which is why I brought that stat up on, you know, particularly on first down, which I thought was amazing. Just come out, man, you know, roll your sleeves up and go to hitting them in the mouth. And even if they stuff it, you know, being geared for it the first 2 or 3 times, stay with it. And that's what I've been impressed with the beat. It was like, you know, he's if we go 3 and out and they punt, okay, go play defense. But he's not gotten away from it, which was a Garrett staple, if you remember. He's like, okay, well, we tried to run, you know, now we're gonna go for a series, you know, and maybe run the ball 3 times. Bruh, stay with that shit because it's a strength. So avoid the trap. Take care of your own business, man. Get this division game, man, because the division games, they all count, but the division games mean more, so they got to get it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And Brent says Jabril Peppers is out, so that's good news. The secondary is a little affected.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So Slayton's out and Peppers is out. Wow. Well, again, play action. You know, hit the ass in the mouth. Bring the substitute safety up, whoever that is going to be on the field for them. Bring the backers up and go right. Look, and then, you know, hit Amari on one of them players out and ups or CD, you know, one of them deep crosses, and there we go.
Yep.
I think Dalton Schultz going to eat. I mean, I don't know why. I mean, and he's been eating all week, but I don't know why, man. I just think, particularly we're hearing these matchups being what they are today, I think Dalton Schultz is going to eat today. I think somewhere in this deal, the tight ends are going to really eat today. Yeah.
It's too much talent around him not to. Like, he's the guy who the defense is saying, well, you're going to have to beat me with this dude. And he's stepping up, and it's like, you can't, it's like picking your poison, man. You can't pick a lot of good poison. It's all bad poison. It's all going to kill you. So,
right.
Sorry.
Right.
Number 3 overall offense in the NFL, man, it is what it is, man. That's what we bring to the table. And we need to state that unabashedly. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to us doing that. I know Giants, again, we talked early in the show about just containing Saquon. I'm not, unless he just has some career game, which he got that ability.
Yeah, man, please, let's not see that. Because that's the thing that keeps you, well, I mean, the Cowboys are playing to keep me interested. But, I mean, in terms of the matchup, he's the one guy on that roster, you know, for them offensively that, you know, and you almost had to hold, you know, you not necessarily hold your breath, but you're concerned like, hey, man, you know, he gets the ball, get to him quick, and get him on the ground. You know, like
get him on the
damn tackle, or you come up with the big hit and you don't wrap because he's one of those guys. If he breaks the tackle, his next step, he's going 75 on him. So I mean, your tackle has got to be premium because he, like you said, Cliff, he's one of those guys, and he's one of those guys that can break those plays that can beat you. So. Big attention to him, and, you know, don't let that Dimes do nothing freaky on you in terms of, you know, a 50-yard scamper. But Saquon's got to, you know, I think they contain Saquon, man. I think they got a real good shot to handle their business and get out of there with this division dub.
Yeah, I'm just scared of Danny Dimes using his feet to convert on some third down plays.
That's big, man. That's big.
We ain't been stopping no damn quarterback who can run so far. So I don't think I'm gonna see nothing different tonight.
Right.
Hopefully, I'm wrong, but
so man, so who's lining up in the linebacking corner now? Who do you think they starting? I haven't gone to the lineups yet. Who do you think they're gonna start? If anybody there in the chat, if you've seen it, if you don't seen it in the chat, man, let me know.
Brent, aka our unofficial Cowboys field reporter, what you got for us, man?
Brent, what you got, man? Yeah. Back to you, Brent.
Brent, back to you, Brent. Take the show over, goddamn.
Yeah.
Okay, Cowboys starting roster. All right, so as we try to,
you got so I'm thinking you obviously got LVE. So it's gonna be LVE. So are they actually doing the thing with Curse and his
the linebackers for us, bro?
Yeah. So it's like, for example, Micah is going to be the Mike, right? They got Micah back playing behind the line. Well, you know what?
I hope so.
You know what? I don't care. Just look, I'm gonna do like I'm gonna roll with Dan Quinn's deal this whole year while you looking at that. Man, wherever you feel like lining Micah Parsons up, line his ass up, let him do his thing. I don't even want to guess where he's gonna play tomorrow because I don't care because he's gonna make a play. He's gonna make a play at linebacker. He's gonna make a play blitzing. He's gonna make a play on the edge. Wherever you stick that for, whatever you're going to use the chess piece when it comes to Micah Parsons, Dan Quinn, do that. I'm just, for discussion purposes, I'm just curious is who we going to see getting those snaps. Are we going to get a good healthy dose of Jabril Cox?
So according to this website I'm looking at, they're going to have Neil at the mic. And they're going to have Michael strong side. So.
And LVE playing the wheel, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
LVE playing.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. I can roll with that. I can roll with that. Like I said, man, as long as 11's on the field, I don't give a damn where you put him. Just have his ass out there. But great having Neil back. Well, he got like crazy instinct. So you know what? And maybe this is the crew in that alignment, particularly with him at the mic, showing up that run game. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting to see how they line up today with one big ass challenge and Saquon Barkley. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they with him being back. Now, I mean, he's been out a couple weeks with the COVID protocol. So hopefully he's not. I don't know if he actually like had full on COVID or whatnot. I know he tested or whatever, but I hope he's not too compromised physically to where snaps limited and it affects his bib, with the wind, because that shit, if you get it full on, it affects everybody differently. But hopefully he's up to par and he can do his thing like he has been before he had to sit. And if not, bring in my fellow Tiger man, see if the youngster can make some plays for us.
He loved Jabril Cox, boy.
Love Jabril Cox, man. He was still, bro. Yeah.
That's what's up.
By way of North Dakota State, he gave us that 1 year. Man, if he had played, I think if he had played multiple years at LSU, he probably would have gone first round. Because he was a transfer from North Dakota State. He was all everything at North Dakota State, man. But man, he's big, he's fast, he's hella fast. Like I said, he just got good instincts, man. So I think his snaps, I think he's gonna be able to make some plays a lot for Dallas going forward, man. But let's beat these Giants, man, because with all division rivals, it's fuck them. That's for all you Eagles fans. That's for all you Redskins fans. That's for all you Giants fans. Fuck them. This NFC East, there is no love. I can't stand the bastards. So there's extra going on with this. It is a division game, and it's fuck them. I mean,
there you go. Straight,
no chasing. Straight no chasing. Right there. There it is.
All right, so as we round it out, man, let's do what we do every week. Score predictions.
Time.
What you got?
All right, man. So I think the Giants put up, because this division, put up the early fight. There's going to be a lot of energy in the building. You guys remember, this was the game. This was the team But we lost that for the year last year. So they're going
almost
to be a
to
lot
the
of
day.
energy. Almost
It's
to the
just
day,
one
which
day
is
off.
eerie. Yeah, which is crazy. So there's going to be a lot of energy out there, man. The weather here is great. So I'm probably going to have everything open out there. It's going to be crazy. I think Dallas comes out fired up. I think, Giants give early resistance, but in the end, I think Dallas takes control and beats them 31-17.
31-17. I like it. I'm going to go 42.
Oh, not the 40 burger.
Oh, yeah. We going to 40 burger these dudes. 42-27. I think the Giants at some point going to make a run. I just don't think they're ever going to have control of this ball game. So, and we've been letting people back in, unfortunately. We did against the Chargers. We did against we wanted to against the Eagles. They just they don't have enough. Jalen Hurts is not good enough. And then last week against the Panthers, obviously. So, yeah. 42-27.
That's a fair point. Just do not pull a University of Texas on the stage. We can't have
Lord.
it.
It's rough being a UT fan, man. It's rough.
I ain't think that out. And look, and I know all y'all out there know that I'm LSU Tiger. You know my Tigers are sucking ass, but I don't give a shit. I had to drop that. I had to drop that UT reference in there, man, because that was a colossal meltdown, and I don't want to see that happen to my Cowboys today. So,
shout
out to you.
Don't be the Longhorns Cowboys.
Don't be the Longhorn Cowboys. Exactly right. So you got 42-27. I got 31-17. Those are both winning numbers, so we just get this dub and beat these damn Giants. And one last time, fuck them.
He said, man, fly, Eagles, fly. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, y'all got a terrible flight pattern going on, bro.
Yeah.
Nick said 31-17. Dallas a big, yep. Feels good. Talk about the boys. Defense supposed to figure out how to make up the deficiencies. Absolutely, Simon. Absolutely, man. Well, thank y'all for tuning in.
Appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all popping on.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So we try to keep these under an hour.
If you're out there and you indulge, take your Cowboy shot straight. No chase. To the head.
I like it. Well, all right, y'all. So appreciate y'all as always, man. Supporting the channel, man. And as always, you let Brother Perkins take us home.
And shout out to Hoop Jargon, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoop Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoop Jargon.
Shout out to Hoop Jargon.